Almor came back to Dragonflight, but $15 a month on top of $60 to play for a game that's failed to deliver for most of its DLC. Just ain't worth it.
Yep.
Ain't that the problem? We will have to see ultimately. Hey, Blizzard have said that they want to have more regular patches. Don't pre-order based on that. But if they do that, then we're going to be in a significantly better place. I mean, to be honest with you, like, if we could just have a Legion-like content cadence that then continues through to the end of the expansion because of two things. Number one, the ability to do a greatest hits season like they did with Season 4, and then the gains they'll have from the new team. That'll be WoW completely golden.
Yeah, that's like,
if WoW just can, if WoW could even just match FF14, plus with WoW also having the public test realm cycle that FF14 doesn't, that would mean, and this is I guess an odd thing to talk about, but in FF14, like, patch comes out, interest is like this, then interest goes down, live letter, new patch. Whereas with WoW, it will be patch comes out and, you know, stuff kind of does its thing. And I think WoW sometimes has a little bit more of a tail to its content, but you know, sometimes for reasons people do or do not appreciate. But then when you throw it over to the public test realm that World of Warcraft has, that does actually mean that there is debate and features to talk about and things. Be that for better or worse for the actual game experience. But I think one part of that is an asset, Blizzard are aware that it's an asset, is people talk about WoW when there's stuff to talk about. The PTR does that. So if we can have that Legion-like cycle lasting for the whole year, we'll be in a fairly interesting place where there's always something to talk about with WoW. And I think if Blizzard can achieve that, then while there is definitely a reality where a patch drops, we have no idea, like, the details of what's in it, and it's like a big surprise. That would be really awesome. But until we get there, this faster content cadence will probably juice things up a hell of a lot.
This theorized faster content cadence, I will always put into like emphasis that they've said they wanted more and they have a bigger team, but that has not translated into more or faster content yet. And until we see that, I would like to see a 0.1 announcement like pretty quick, like maybe towards the end of January, and then have it like dated for maybe March or something, like maybe late February. I would like to see something pretty aggressive because November 20th means.
I would like it if Blizzard, let's just say it's the 17th of December. This might be crazy, but if they do a small announcement that just says, hey everyone, hope you enjoy over, you know, if you are having a holiday, we hope you enjoy, blah, blah, blah. 10.1. It will be there mid-January in PTR. There you go. And just kind of leave it on a high note. I think Taliesin was right to predict 10.1 being announced in that stream. I have to imagine, it wasn't of course, but I have to imagine that could have been their plan at some stage. The reason why I say that is the very rapid announcement of patch 7.1 in Legion. How much longer? Did they announce 10.1 before Legion launched?
They did not announce 10.1 before Legion launched.
7.1. Did they announce 7.1 before Legion launched?
I don't think so. I remember it was very, very fast. At least it felt very fast. But I can't remember exactly when it was announced. I remember it was like, kind of knew what it was. Oh, apparently they did, yeah. According to Doxy, yeah. So I guess they did. That was the case where I was very much a player.
Its release date... okay, anyway, the point basically is what it is. A fast turnaround. I imagine they know that if they could do that, it would be super awesome. Final thing from Adamaria, who dropped us £5 and said, "Dragons save WoW, your content's enjoyable and good." Thank you. And dragons, dragon stocks are going up because Hot D's been fantastic.
That's been pretty lucky for Blizzard that Hot D did well. You're like, oh, dragons are good now, yeah.
People are thinking about dragons.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the interesting thing to me. I'm sure we all remember a time where dragons were a lame, nerdy thing. Now, the fact that some people could say that a fucking dragon is lame. Excuse me?
I mean, people think...
Excuse me, normies? Are you fucking dragons are lame now?
Well,
Fucking bullshit.
those normies also thought that swords and wizards weren't cool. Like, fuck them, they're wrong.
Yeah, it took Lord of the Rings to open a bunch of people up, and then we kind of didn't really follow that up with good media. But, I mean, dragons. What have we had if we like dragons? Of course, you've got the hit D-Wars. You've got the Dungeons and Dragons movie from years ago.
Big.
You've got, of course, Aragon, the filmic experience. Remember Murtagh appearing for about 3 minutes in the movie?
I still remember when I realized Aragon was just dragon, but you +1 to the D, and it's Aragon. You're like, sweet.
Yep. Like, on Dragon Media, we'd been starved. And then, of course, Game of Thrones totally fucks its dragons. And then, yeah, I guess, hey, you've got Hot D kind of showing the normies that dragons are indeed really fucking cool. And now we get degree of success here. It's just a funny little rising tide thing in media, right? Not that I'm saying that Hot D has somehow saved WoW. This is just a silly observation.
There will be a cultural confluence that could be beneficial to World of Warcraft's marketing in if lucky, maybe a 0.1%.
Oh yeah, Dragon Prince.
Oh yeah, did people like that? Oh yeah, they did, yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of people really like that.
Hot D is a House of the Dragon. Is it House of the Dragon?
Yep.
Yeah. So I literally don't know the name because I don't watch that shit.
Hot D is what George R. R. Martin refers to it as. And
Yes.
so within the sort of Ice and Fire community, it's generally called Hot D.
Oh, Rain of Fire? Hell yeah, Rachel.
Rain of Fire. Oh, I remember you. Remember playing the Rain of Fire video game.
What about Lair on the PS3? That was Dragons. Scalebound never came out. Now's the time for Scalebound.